Hello, my dear. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. So I decided to go ahead and do it. I was going to wait a couple more days, and I thought, yeah, probably ought to go ahead. Just see how it goes. So anyway, we're going to talk to Grandma. I think you know how this works, but I always like to remind people this is not an exact science. We communicate the best way we can, so sometimes you got to think outside the box a little bit because I'm not going to give me all the details. So if it doesn't make any sense now, you'll remember it later, see it later, or somebody else will validate it for you and go, oh, I know what she's talking about. They never waste a message. There's always a reason for whatever they say or show. So let's okay, hang on. I was trying to hear what she's trying to say something. She she says, I'm on this. He knows I'm there. He already knows I'm there. He's not going to admit it. If you're ever there and you hear Grandpa mumbling, muttering, he's talking to her. If he doesn't seem like he's awake or he's a little out of it, pay attention to what he's saying. It's not random stuff. He's talking to her. He's talking to his mother, even though he's still here. She says, I've got this. He knows he's safe. He's comfortable with them talking. I've got this. I've got this. Take care of him like I always did. When the time is right. It's not for us to know. They don't like to tell us ahead of time. I had somebody come to me and said, oh, God came down and told me I'm going to die on April 15th. No, they don't. They don't do that. They don't tell us because we would change our life. We would change the things that we were going to do or say or whatever if we knew the exact date and time we were going to leave. They want you to live your life the way you're supposed to live your life. If that makes sense. And I don't know why she wants me to stress that. Maybe because she thinks you expected her to tell you, okay, I'm going to take you next week. And they won't. No, she's not going to do that. She wants you to know that he's safe and taken care of and will be. And she says, and you, my dear, when I left, I heard you. You did not have to be in the same room. I heard you. I felt you. We're energy, whether we're here in our physical body, we're still energy, or whether we leave this heavy body here, we're energy. Quantum physics says you can't kill energy. It can change shape, it can change form, but you can't kill it. So even though you were on your way, she still heard you. She still knew. Do not take this wrong. Do not take this wrong. She didn't want you there. It's not that she didn't care, it's that she didn't think you could deal with being in the room when she left. If that makes sense. It's not that she didn't want you to come hold her hand. She knew you were on the way. And I've seen this a whole bunch of times. You know, you can sit by your mom's bedside and not leave, except to go to the bathroom, and that's when they leave. because that's the way they want it. There's some people they know can't handle watching you take your last breath. And she felt like you couldn't handle being there at that moment, if that makes sense. It's not that she didn't want you there. She thought that was best for you. Well, okay. Well, I don't know why she wants me to say this. I was there when my mother-in-law took her last breath, and it was extremely peaceful. It was actually beautiful. She was watching what I believe was her husband and an angel. I mean, she was literally staring at something. I know she was. And that's even before I started doing this work, but I knew she was staring at something. And it was very peaceful. It was actually beautiful. Because it was so peaceful. So she wants me to tell you that. So evidently hers was the same way. She loves you very much. Those little ideas, those little thoughts that come into your head sometimes when you think you've kind of done something maybe you shouldn't have, or done something the wrong way, and you think that thought comes in as like, when you think Grandma would say, "Oh, don't do it that way," or something like that, that's her actually saying it to you. It's telepathic. We have ears, telepathic ears up here. You don't have to talk out loud to talk to them. Talk to them just in your head. Yeah, I know it sounds crazy, but it's not. I've talked to a real person right in front of me telepathically, and if I hadn't gone back and watched the video and going, I know we had a conversation that was not recorded because we talked telepathically. So, yeah, when you do something maybe you think you shouldn't be doing, and you kind of hear her going, you probably shouldn't do that. That's her nudging you. She's still doing it. She's still being Grandma. So we're going to see. Okay, so when she left, she's okay, and I usually see almost always there will be an angel right behind the bed. Almost always they'll show me an angel there. And I see several more up above that one, but they're kind of standing back or flying back or whatever. They're up higher. They're back a little bit. There's a woman that was over her right shoulder. That would be her mom. There's a man over her left shoulder. That would be her dad. I also feel like there's an uncle standing back kind of behind these. It would be her uncle. I believe it's her uncle. I don't think it's their uncle. I think it's her grandma's uncle. Anyway, they were all waiting for her, and she knew it. When we get right there towards the end, we start seeing them and hearing them, and they come in to bring us peace, to let us know that it's okay, that we're going to take care of you, that we're going to make sure you get to where you need to go, that so she felt very much at peace when she left. And she's showing that she actually held her hand up to her mom for her mom to take her hand. And if she didn't do it at the very last second, she did it before that. And then I feel like she physically did it at some point, and her mom actually held her hand. And then maybe at the last, she energetically held her hand up to go with her mom. And she was very happy about it, and she was very much at peace. She was very much ready, except for Grandpa. She worried about leaving him, not being there to take care of him. But she knew she was being a burden on him too. She said, "He's coming. He's coming. I'll be there waiting for him. No hurry." She's telling him to finish what he needs to do here, and that's on a soul level. Not like he needs to go finish making a cabinet or something. The love of my life. Oh, sometimes he could exasperate me. Gotta love him. I love you, baby girl. She says that you guys had a special connection. She holds you very close to her heart. She's going like this. Very near and dear to my heart. Whenever you get in a pickle, call on me. Okay. She wants you to ask her questions in your head. You can say them out loud if you want to. As long as nobody's around, they think you're talking to yourself. Ask her questions, and then does yes or no pop into your head? That will be her answer. It will be, you might even hear it in your ear. If you do, it'll be in one ear. I don't know that she's trying to actually physically talk to you. I think it's going to be more your telepathic ears. Ask her a question, but do it in a calm, quiet manner. And then what's the first yes or no pops in your head? Try it. Work with it a little bit. Don't force it. You got to let it come naturally. She says you can do that. You can do it. She's talking about spending a lot of time in your kitchen. And I'm not only seeing and smelling fresh baked cookies. I don't think it's just any certain kind of cookies. Usually they'll tell me chocolate chip or, because cookies smell different when they come out of the oven. I think it's just going to be any kind of cookie, like fresh baked when you first pull it out of the oven. And a pie. I hear peach pie. Could be more than one. That smell when that comes out of the oven. And it's the cinnamon. I smell cinnamon from the pie. So know when you get those smells. You get them. You could be in a store. You can be in your car. It doesn't matter where you're at. That's Grandma stopping in to say, "I'm here. I love you." Tell her you love her. Validate her. Acknowledge her. And invite her in. Ask her to step forward. Ask her to bring you more signs. Give her permission. Now she's singing the song "Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head." Let me ask Alexa. Okay, so I had my arm up there. I don't know if you can see it. I'll try to do it against my shirt. don't know if you can tell. My hairs are standing straight up. I got goosebumps. That's Grandma's energy. I don't think you can see it. I was hoping you can see it against my black shirt. I can't. Anyway, so I had ALEXA play Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head by BJ Thomas. Grandma's singing that to you, and as I played that song, I had goosebumps clear from my head to my toes. That's Grandma confirming that. So go Google that song, and you could even hear it somewhere every so often. You know, I don't know anybody that ever plays that song anymore, but no, especially if you hear it, or you hear it somebody just talking about raindrops falling on their head. That'll be a sign from Grandma that she's singing that song to you. Things will get better. Things are going to get better. She promises. She promises you're still going to have a strong connection to her somehow. I don't know if you're just going to feel her, know she's there. She's hanging very, very close to you. She's calling you, darling. I know you miss me, but I'm still there. And she's hanging even closer because of Grandpa. It will be okay. So she's she's showing you like walking down the sidewalk, or maybe just taking a stroll. Talk to her while you're walking. I haven't done any of my walking for quite a while, but when I take my woo-woo walks, I call them, put my woo-woo music in my ear, and I go walk by the river. It's too hot. Hold your hand out. As you're walking, hold your hand out. Just flat, and ask her to hold your hand as you're walking. You should feel a warmth. It might even feel like somebody's holding your hand. Depends on. Relax it. Don't do it like really strong, tense. Just set it out there, relax it, and ask her to hold your hand while you're walking. It's even better when you go walking and you're in the fresh air and you ask her, I'm starting to feel her now. And it might take a few seconds, and it might take a few tries. She'll walk with you. I've actually seen my Bob skipping backwards in front of me, like, come on, let's go, come on. But I can see him. And he always walks with me. So ask her to join me in your quiet moments. As you fall asleep, you either have or you're going to hear somebody humming a lullaby to you. The one, what's it called? All right. So she's going to be humming lullaby and goodnight. I don't think she's going to sing it. I think she's going to hum it. So you'll probably hear that in one ear. You could hear it with your telepathic ears. As you're falling asleep, right after you go to sleep, maybe you'll hear it in a dream, or maybe it could be just as you're opening your eyes when you're still in the halfway in between before you get fully awake. I think it's going to be as you're going to sleep because that's when she's singing it. Maybe she used to sing that to you when you were little. She's an awesome lady. Very, very strong, very knowledgeable, very, very, what do I want to say? I don't want to say matter of fact type. It's like she's comfortable in her position, where she is, where she's at, very okay with it. Just totally okay with where she's at right now. I had strong guidance to get there. strong faith to get there, strong belief to get there. I want you to instill those things in yourself. Have faith that we will be there for you. Have faith that we are with you now. Just what's it going to hurt to believe? That's coming from me. What's it going to hurt to believe it? She wants you to have that strong faith. Things are going to work out the way they're supposed to. The security that brings, the sense of safety. Safety isn't the right word I want to use. That brings. It brings you a great sense of peace. And she says she had that. She wants you to have that. Now she's singing the song Be a Light. Hang on, I can't remember who sings it. Now she's singing the song by Thomas Rhett, R-H-E-T-T. Don't know if you listen to country music. Be a Light. So go YouTube, Google that, whatever, and play that song. That's what she wants you to be. Be a light. In a world full of hate, be a light. Know how much I love you. Beyond the stars and back, to the moon and back. I am going to walk beside you. And, okay, so I don't really know the difference between an earthbound spirit and these guys, because these guys, they can come and go wherever they want. They pop in and out down here by free will choice, their choice. You can't tie them down here. You can't tie a rope on them because they don't have any physical body for you to tie a rope on. You can't tie a rope on their energy, so you're not keeping them here. But she feels more earthbound because Grandpa's still here, so she's going to be even stronger right now as far as down here. But even after he goes with her, she's still going to be here, but it's just not going to be, I don't know how to explain it. I honestly don't know. She's not telling me how to explain it. Don't think you're keeping her here. She can go wherever she wants and go do the things that she needs to do. You are a bright shining star. She's going back to the song Be a Light. Don't cover your light up, she says. So when you go to see Grandpa, just notice if he's like staring off in a corner, if he holds his hand out to somebody that's not there. Just pay attention. Or if he's muttering, mumbling or muttering. That pay attention. So whenever you want advice, just ask Grandma. But you have to ask because they cannot override your free will choice. They can pop suggestions in your head, but you have the free will choice to do whatever the hell you want. So ask her for advice, just like you would if she was still here. And then just kind of sit back and see what happens. Does somebody call you out of the blue that you haven't heard from for a long time, or somebody offer you a new job, or whatever the question is that you ask, or somebody new enters your life, and you kind of go, or somebody gives you an opportunity to do something different, whatever it is that you ask Grandma to help you with, don't ask her 400 things at the same time. But just be aware when that new opportunity comes through that Grandma's brought that. Because you've asked, but you also have to allow. You have to allow it to happen. You have to allow it. If those things happen, are you going to step forward and test the water and at least try it? Or are you going to go, I got free will choice. I don't want it. I know I do that. My guides go, ooh, Rhonda, what are you doing? We brought you this good stuff. What are you doing? We can mess it up all on our own. So Grandma says you have something of hers that's very precious to you. She's holding up a necklace and she's swinging it kind of like a pendulum. She's holding up a necklace. So do you have one of her necklaces? Is there a necklace that she gave you that's very special? Has a special meaning for you from her? So she's acknowledging this necklace. It looks kind of dainty, but I can't exactly tell what it is, but it's kind of dainty. You are a very special person. Don't ever doubt that. Don't ever forget that. Pretty soon you're going to, she says, establish strength. Strength like she had. She's going to help you with that. Ask her to. Ask her to, and then you have to be open for what comes and allow it. You have to allow it. We can ask for all kinds of stuff from them, and then we just block it out. Like, yeah, no, I'm going to keep doing the same shit I've been doing. You have to allow it for it to work. I love you. You're more special than you give yourself credit for. She wants you to go look in the mirror and look at yourself in the mirror and say, I love you. And she will be standing right behind your left shoulder when you do that. She says, I mean, get up and go do it right now. She's being bossy. Okay. She's leaving. She's got a very, very soft, gentle, peaceful demeanor to her. Very loving, very sweet, very gentle. So know that she's going to bring you that type of energy. You have to allow it if you want it. She will bring that to you. Ask her to. It's harder to feel and get the signs and stuff when you're in a deep grief. I don't know how long it's been since she passed. I don't think it's been that long. So when you're in the real deep grief, it's like it puts a wall up around us. And we go, where's my signs? Where's my signs? Where are you? But somehow we block it out, which to me is totally backwards because that's when we need it. I don't know. It works that way. So know that it'll get better over time and you'll start seeing and hearing more from her. She's not going anywhere, especially right now. Okay, she's leaving. There's a strong, as she's leaving, there's a strong perfume. I don't even know how to describe it, but I'm sure you know what perfume she wore. You're going to smell that too. So make sure you validate or acknowledge her when you smell that. You'll get a smell of it, and it's kind of like it's whiffing the other way. It's following her. She says she loves you as she's leaving. Okay, much love to you. Let me know what's going on. I just figured I'd go ahead and I felt like I should just go ahead and do it. So anyway, Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. Later.